sure I took my morning meds this morning.
Hello. I started out. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. Okay, with all joking aside and all the goddamn and all that bullshit. Okay, like the mockery on the right wing conservatives. With all joking aside, now I'm gonna get back to my normal real self, my normal real voice. Not saying the videos that I recorded were not 100% inaccurate, true to a T, but I want to explain the difference between how I sound now and how I sounded on those videos. On those videos, first thing that you need to know is when I was talking in that redneck voice, that is how the redneck agenda portrays people like me, people like my sister Bonnie, other people that are of the LGBT community. Just to let everybody know, and to inform everybody, they don't really like LGBT at all, and it's not hidden knowledge; it's common knowledge. But to the degree that they do it, the videos have explained basically how they inflict and fill upon us, and the type of animosity and anger, rage, hate that they feel towards us. None of us asked to be born. We were born with a very fortunate yet unfortunate set of circumstances. We were very fortunate for being who we are, but we're very unfortunate because we're born into a society that doesn't know how to put racism aside for just a split second and get to know the person and not look at them like a label. I feel for Black Lives Matter, and the reason why I feel for them is because they're getting so much flack from the right-wing conservative. I feel for liberals in general, me being a liberal, because we're being shut up, quiet silence by this right-wing conservative agenda that wants to ship all of us out of this country and deport us. Every last liberal they want to deport to another foreign country, and they want to make this a skinhead KKK white America is what the ultimate agenda is. They're stripping us of our constitutional rights, our freedoms, our liberties. Slowly, each year that passes that we get a guy like Trump in office, our rights, civil liberties, our freedom of expression, it's changing, and not in a good way. They're literally saying embrace hate and fuck love is what these right-wing conservatives are saying, and they're implying with their actions. They want to put innocent people to death every day just for being born in the wrong body, or just because they have an attraction to males or what have you. They want to put them to death. They're involving church leaders, they're involving church groups, they're involving minorities that are conservatives that are involved with gangs. One of the cardinal commandments of MS-13, a very famous and feared street gang, is that if you are any part of the LGBTQ, they will assassinate you. It goes against their cardinal commandment, yet that's who government has stepped in play in my situation. They have also done it with the Italians. The Italians are a little bit more lenient, but they're still, oh, you gotta worship God, you gotta be Catholic, whatever happened to being who you are and what you are, whatever happened to a society where you could walk down the street and smoke a cigarette, or you can live in a building that you pay rent on and you can smoke a cigarette. Whatever happened to that back in the year 2003 when they outlawed cigarettes from buildings? And why did they do it? Because no other than I'm a smoker, just like they wanted to kick transgenders out of the military, specifically transgenders. So yes, all LGBTQ transgenders, I'm standing up for our rights. We have the right to join the military. Okay? What makes these heterosexual, straight, haters in government make them think that we cannot carry an M16 on a battlefield and defend this fucking country just like every other fucking Marine does, SEAL, National Guard, everybody else? What makes them think just because we've got an altered body that we cannot carry a pistol and we cannot fire on the battlefield in places like Afghanistan and overseas. What makes them think that we are not capable of that? Yet they want to target us based on something that we cannot control. Okay, so, and they're doing things like gaslighting and other things that are very unacceptable. So at this point, I proclaim my witchhood again, because I'm getting sick and tired of confirming and conforming to Christianity when it goes against everything that I believe in, because it is very one-sided, racist, derogatory, hateful. You walk into a church and you're transgender, you get people in that congregation staring and looking at you. There are a couple of minor exceptions to the rule, but you can feel the hate no matter what church you're in by at least some people in that church. They might be a handful of bad apples in the sea, but you can feel the animosity as you walk into a church if you're transgender. And that's just the way it rolls down. I mean, I encourage anybody to invite a transgender with them to church, and if that transgender will keep an open mind and go, you will observe the hate that that transgender is feeling and how uncomfortable they feel in that church. Not based on the fact that they did anything wrong, based on the fact that churches are predominantly for the right-wing conservative community. It's not like it used to be. You used to be able to walk into churches back before Trump, and you could walk right in and feel warmed, welcomed, loved, and accepted. But ever since Trump, they want to annihilate transgenders. They want to take us out. They want to set, situations in place where they get, invalid claims on a transgender or something like that. They want to do hate. I know transgenders that have visited churches and then a week later they've been beaten up in an alley. This stuff has happened over the years.
That's not Christian.
And even my girlfriend said that that's not Christian, but let's face it, that's the way society rolls. If you are a sore thumb in society, they're going to target that sore thumb. They're not going to get to know it and understand why they became the way that they are, or why they were born the way that they are. They're just going to target and target and target. And it violates every bit of humanity, mankind. It violates every civil law, every civil right, and then to turn around, silence us, tell us that we can't join the military when we don't have a criminal record, just based on the fact that we are going through a transitional phase with our body. To be denied those rights and be treated like low-life criminals when most of the transgenders are the nicest people that you will meet. Give the shirt off their back to help the average man, and to give them a place to crash, roof over their head when they're homeless, food in their stomach, help the needy, like I do myself, and get absolutely no, like, you're still a piece of shit, you're still a fucking, queer, etc., etc., etc. All kinds of hate crime comments I've gotten mentioned to my face, and then having the word fag engraved in the elevator after I helped a homeless man. That was like really not cool. That was very uncool. And police, churches, and government, they all side together, and if any kind of a government agency has any kind of like even minute dirt on you, like you were born a transgender, then it could be something as simple as that. They're going to blow it into an extravagant, like you're this big-time felon criminal, when the only thing that was wrong with you was you were born in the wrong body. That's what happened in my situation. And then they keep doing add-ons and add-ons and add-ons. The police does, and the government, they keeps proving false conspiracy, false testimony, everything else. And they're having person cover for person cover for person, and the truth is never getting revealed. Well, I proclaim witchhood at this point, but see, I'm not a dark witch, I'm not a light witch, I'm a neutral witch. Let me give you an example of the worst possible spell that I would ever cast. Let's say I need money, right, and I need just a little bit, right? I will project out there in the universe that I need money, and I need a payoff coming from somewhere. So I would word my spell something similar to this. And mind you, when you're a witch, you got to be very careful with the wording of your words, and it has to be for a positive outcome all the time, or you're going to get very, very negative karma and negative feedback. So I would put this as, I wish for money to come into my existence. My pocket is now lined with millions of dollars in my pocket, or however much denomination I need or whatnot. In this case, with this hate crime, it was millions of dollars that I projected right into my wallet. Then I turn around and say, I need this money for the helping of myself or somebody else. Universe, will you please respond in kind and provide this gift from the divine sources to fill my pocket? This is my will and motive be. Now, in the case that I get that money, I turn around and give it to a needy person, a little portion of it. That's why I open up my home to the homeless sometimes and kind of help them. I'm trying to give them a second chance in life, trying to give them the opportunity that I never got given in my entire life. And you're going to call me a criminal for helping out somebody else. And then you're not even going to give me a fair, like, you're not going to even be fair on it, you know. In most cases, I'm more Christian than most of the Christian pastors out there. I live more by the Word of God than they do. Yet they know nothing of His Word. All they know is in the Bible, where in Romans, where it says homosexuality is an abomination of God. Well, you know what else it says in the Bible, or the Bible dictates, is Jesus loved everybody. So which is it? Are we going to hate transgenders and their abominations, or are we going to love them? Learn your Bible, study it, and read it, and know what the fuck it says, know what the fuck it's about. Just like in Exodus 22:18, thou shalt not suffer a poisoner to live. Not a witch, a poisoner. And then they turn around, change it. The Catholic Church changes it and says, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live, or a sorceress, or whatever the hell it says. I believe it says, no, correct, word for word. Thou shalt not suffer a female sorceress to live. And then in Exodus 22, verse 20, Exodus 20, verse 22, they're saying in there, thou shalt not kill. So which is it? Are we going to kill witches and sorceresses, or are we going to choose not to kill? Just like, are we going to choose to follow the way Jesus lived and love everybody equally, or are we going to follow the Bible that was altered and collusion by the Roman Catholic Church? Might I add, they're in hand with Freemasons and Illuminati and a lot of other stuff. And there have been people like Kanye West that have messed with the Illuminati just by making a couple of comments, and the Illuminati has gaslighted them into an institution. So Illuminati, I'm not challenging you here. I'm all for, like, what you want to do is you, but just please leave me out of it. I'm trying to remain peaceful here with you. I want no war. I wage no war with you. Freemasons, also same thing. I wage no war with you. What you have done to me is, I've accepted it for what it is, and I've moved on, and I hope that you can move on as well. However, government, when it comes to government agencies, I would like the Illuminati and the Freemasons to step into play on my side and say, you guys cannot do this. Yeah, we don't agree with this person and who they are, but it is still violating their civil rights and liberties and everything else. Also, good old skulls and bones, I would like you to step into play here too, because I'm pretty sure the rest of government will listen to you three groups of people. I had a freebie done to me by a very generous Mason. He's the nicest man in the world I have ever met. Not even my parents bought me anything on my birthday. I call him, I'm almost in tears on my birthday. He says, come on down to my shop, I think I got something for you. I go down to his shop, he gives me a discount on his product. And not only that, he gives me a small little birthday gift. I mean, how nice. He was the only one besides my fiance that even accounted for my birthday. Everyone else was treating me like shit on my birthday. I was in tears on my birthday. I was fucking hurt. And the only two that come to my aid are this Freemason and my fiance. I have a little dog, Dakota. I love this dog. You know what? My neighbor across the hall mentioned that she was going to kill my dog the day that I got him. And this is being tolerated and accepted, and people are giving free passes on stuff like this. They're harassing and literally brutalizing me and my fiance, the people in this building. including to the point of having projectile weapons pointed at my forehead while I'm sleeping, and me waking up the next morning laying in a puddle of blood on my pillow.
And what
now,
gives a Christian the right to beat up on transgender or kill somebody of any gender when it's an abomination that Jesus does not like, but it's the people that Jesus loves.
Now,
and
because hold on, because I want to do a special solid for somebody who did a solid for me because they were very nice. Okay, now if I'm really this evil of a person, why am I about to help you out, Doug from TERRAcrux? This gentleman, Doug from TERRAcrux, he has taken me under his wing, kind of. He has given me a new lease, basically, on life. He's the one that's making everything coming into play in my future that's good. He's making it all happen. He single-handedly is making my life better. So therefore, I'm going to do a huge solid to him. Hey, if you want the cheapest prices on any type of gaming product, he is literally the cheapest out there. His shop is located on 7th and Commerce. Big store, well laid out, got a bunch of games, board games, card games, anything that you could possibly want. It's dirt cheap prices. You can walk out of his shop with booster boxes as cheap as $100. The latest sets of card games. He's like 10% undercutting other card shops in the local area, other gaming stores in the local area. The same games that you could get Toys R Us for, a buttload of money, you can get them cheaper at TERRAcrux. I advise those of you that are on a budget that like doing the gaming and stuff, go patronize with Doug. Don't patronize with another store. Go patronize with Doug at TERRAcrux. Please, do this man a big favor. He did me a big favor. We kind of look out for each other in this situation,
Doug's the nicest person you could ever know.
Doug is the most nicest person you could ever know. He's the most reasonable. He's the, of all the Freemasons, I'd say he's probably the most tolerant of them all. He runs a very clean shop. Everything that runs through his shop is clean. He obeys all federal rules, regs, and guidelines. He's done me a couple other solids kind of off the book because he's tired of seeing me and other people getting victimized by his own people and by other people, and he's very disgusted by it. So, anyways, I want to put that out there. Doug is not to have anything bad happen to him, and if I find out that anybody decides to harm this man, I'm going to come on YouTube and I'm going to post another viral video and I'm going to put them on blast. Anyone that targets this kind gentleman, you're to leave him alone. And you're also to go to his shop and patronize at his store, because literally somebody that's, helping somebody out that was for sure to die based on bullshit, and he's saving their life, that is huge. So anyways, Doug, I consider you like family. I consider you like a mentor at this point, and I'm kind of spreading the wealth with your card shop, basically, telling people go in there, buy a product from you, stuff like that. You're giving me a huge favor, and I want to show you my gratitude. So this one's for you, Doug. Thanks.